Hey. 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 Hey, friends. So, happy Valentine's Day if it's February 15th. Happy late Valentine's Day. So, this was my 12th Valentine's Day that I was single, which is an accomplishment, yet not at the same time. Oh, but pride, you may be wondering. What is so special about this Valentine's Day, today, that you need to make an entire video about it? Well, friends, today was different. Different than the 11 other Valentine's Days that I've been single. So, if you talk to me on Hangouts, you probably know that I've had a crush on this girl at my school named Amy for quite a long time. But honestly, I can't help myself. She's super cute. So, a few days ago, I saw an Instagram post, and I got inspired. So, it was basically like a really sweet love letter, basically, something that you'd send to a boyfriend or girlfriend. And I commented, "That's so fucking adorable, like, how I feel about my crush, but I'd never say to her." Someone else replied, actually their username is, fucks not given, which I absolutely love. Anyway, they replied saying, "Go for it, man," and I was like, oh, that's so sweet, some random person on the internet actually supports me in my decision to tell Amy how I really feel. And I was like, well, I'm actually a girl, but, thanks. And so it began, my time to confess. Okay, so before I tell a story, I'm gonna have to go into a little bit more detail about my history with Amy. So, well, not too long back, about like a month or so ago, Amy found out that I like her, and she told me how she feels. She said it makes her uncomfortable, and she doesn't like it. However, she did say that, like, she wasn't trying to be mean, and she doesn't like being a mean person. So, like, she was really nice about it. Just, like, don't start yelling in the comments, like, "Why'd you ever like her? That's so mean. She rejected you." No, she was nice about it. She was nice about it. Alright? And, after she told me that, I was like, okay, well, I respect that. I understand. I felt that way before, like, you know, just someone likes me, and I was like, yeah, no. And she just kind of left. Funny thing is, I didn't realize I'd gotten rejected until my best friend at the time asked me if I was okay, and I was like, wait, why wouldn't I be? And I just, like, thought about what Amy said, and I realized I had just been rejected for my first time ever. Also, if you want a story time about my first rejection, comment down below and like the video and subscribe! Self-promotion. So, obviously, I modified what I found on the Instagram post just a little. So, I put it into a note on my phone, and I was gonna copy it down on paper the night before Valentine's Day. The note on my phone said, "You're very special to me. You're the only one whom I wouldn't mind losing sleep for. The only one I want to be with all day, and the only one who crosses my mind constantly." Oh, sorry, I was constantly throughout the day, not constantly. "You're the only one who can make me happy without even trying to, and affect my emotions with every action of yours. I can't explain with words how much you mean to me, but you're the only one I'm afraid of losing, and the only one I want to keep." Yeah, a bit over-exaggerated, but I thought it was cute. And then I added a paragraph below that with more that I wanted to add on to it. The second paragraph said, "Your eyes are beautiful, and just looking at you makes me smile. You're super cute, and I love it. You're one of the nicest people I've ever met, and I believe you'll be staying that way forever. No matter how hard I try, I just can't move on." So I wrote that down on paper, and I decided that I was going to give it to Amy. But I decided to add even more. Since the paper copy is with Amy right now, or most likely, I don't remember exactly what it said, but I believe it said something like, I know you don't feel the same way about me, and it makes you uncomfortable, but I understand and respect that. I know after you find out who I am, you'll probably never want to talk to me or even look at me again, and that's okay with me, just as long as you're... And then, being the idiot that I am, I put my locker number on the piece of paper so that she could either write back or, figure out who I am easier. Why would I put my locker number on there? She's gonna know who I am. Yeah, I really regret putting my locker number on there. Only reason why is because my locker is, literally not that far away from hers. It's the lockers are in sections, and hers is in a section of 4, and mine is in a section of 7 or 8, and they're pretty close to each other, so she probably knows where the locker E1238 is. Stupid me! And of course, my best friend Becky was in on all of this. She was after I put it on the locker, right after 3rd hour, she just high-fived me and was like, yeah, you go, girl. And I'm like, oh my god, I made, the biggest mistake of my life. She's gonna hate me after this. And so I know that Amy never stops at her locker after 3rd hour, mostly just because she gets to class earlier, and that means that, she didn't stop at her locker because, it would take more time to get to the class. No, I'm not a stalker. And then when we got to 4th hour, I was freaking out about it to Becky because I was like, oh my god, she's gonna see it. What if she needs to go get her books for library? Oh my god, I'm gonna freaking cry. And Becky was like, oh, it's gonna be okay, just relax, just breathe, you're fine. And I'm like, no, I am not fine. So just before library, Mr. Keegan asked everybody who had to go get their books from their locker before going to library to raise their hand. Amy didn't, and I just let out a huge sigh of relief. I was like, oh my god, she's not going to see the note until way later on in the day, and I won't have to deal with the stress anymore. So as we were lining up, I told Becky that she didn't raise her hand. She wasn't going to go to her locker, and I was like, yeah. Until I heard her say, when we were in the hallway, I heard her say, oh wait, I need to go get my book from my locker. Bitch, what? And so as we were walking into the library, Becky gave me that kind of look, and I just knew that she had seen it too. I was like, wow, Amy went to her locker. She's going to see the note. What do I do? So the entire time before Amy got to the library, I was just freaking out, and Becky was trying to calm me down, but I just couldn't freaking calm down. I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Eventually, I checked out 2 books. I sat down to read them, and this guy named Lucas came up to me. I never talk to him, barely ever, unless I just have nobody to talk to. Sometimes we talk to each other in class, because we sit next to each other for a few classes, and I'm pretty sure, he and Amy don't talk to each other either. And he just came up to me, and he was like, so, Amy found this note on her locker from you, and I was like, no, she did not. No, I refuse to believe it. No. So naturally, I just ignored him, and I was just like, you know what? I don't want to hear about this note for the rest of the day. I just want to enjoy my Valentine's Day, lonely and single. So I got up, and I looked over to the door, and I saw Amy walking in with the note in her hand, and I was like, oh my god. So I I kept looking around to find Becky, and she was at the book fair, and I was like, oh my god, she has the note. She saw the note. Oh my god, I'm gonna scream. Help me out here, friend. You know better about this than I do. So as always, she was just like, okay, Violet, calm down. It's not the end of the world. And I'm like, okay, well, yes it is, for me anyway. library was over. She didn't really talk to me the rest of the hour, so I was like, oh my god, I'm safe! I'm safe! I'm safe! Oh yeah, and Amelia, who used to be in the same class as me last year, came up and asked me if I had written a love letter to anyone. I was like, oh my god, she knows, doesn't she? Because Becky had told me that Amelia saw it, and I was like, oh, yeah, I did write one. Yeah, you probably already know who it's to, so I'm not gonna say that. Oh my god, why do these things happen to me? Why? And so everything was fine. Like the rest of the day is normal, sort of. I just kind of like, the entire time I was kind of like, just like glancing at Amelia with this kind of look, just like, please don't tell her, please. I like literally, my life depends on it, alright? Please just help me here, help me out here. We're both girls, we both go through this stuff, help me out, just please. You know, I kind of feel like with every more second of this video, I'm getting more and more desperate. Like, just watch the video and just listen to how I progressively get more and more desperate for Amy to like me or for someone to ask me out. And I was like, please, 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 please. So after lunch, I just walked into 6 Hour. I was like, you know what? She probably doesn't even know it's me. You know, it's all gonna be fine. She totally doesn't know it's me. Totally. Obviously. Totally. Something that I'd forgotten to mention earlier is that, well, I mentioned part of it, how Lucas and Amelia were talking to me about it, and then Shamar and Alex were both asking Amy if they could see the note, and I was like, oh my god, she's told the entire class, hasn't she? Like, now the entire class knows that Amy got a love letter, most likely from me. Actually, it's from me, but, like, some people believe that it's just, you know, not me. Yeah. So, I walked into my computer apps class, I sat down, Amy wasn't there, I was like, okay, at least I can have a few minutes before she gets here, just to, like, calm myself and breathe, because she sits, like, just one seat over from me in that class, and it's just, like, you know, I get really nervous and stuff, because that's the class where we, you know, like, talk to each other most. Yeah, where we have the most interaction. She walks in, doesn't say a word to me. And again, I just sigh with relief. Because, like, if she knew it was me, by then she probably would have, like, at least spoken to me. Because she, like, barely even said a word to me the entire day. So, she was telling Ali, the girl that sits next to me, like, in between Amy and I, she was telling her about how, like, she got a love letter, and I was just like, sitting there on typing.com just like, please, please, please don't say you know it's for me. Please, 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 I'm desperate. I'm really desperate now. So when Gallie asked, who's it from? To my relief, Amy said, I don't know. She doesn't know who it's from. Like, as of this time, she actually doesn't know that it's from me. And I just, like, I felt so much relief. I was so happy. I regret putting my locker number on there so much, because she's gonna know it's me by tomorrow. Bet you all $1,000 and subscribers and likes and comments that she's gonna know it's me by tomorrow. And then again, after that, the day was normal. I just kind of went to my locker. No, I like rushed to my locker, and she wasn't at ice time, so either she had left school or she just had to like do something after school or like at the end of the day. So I just rushed to my locker, and like before ice time, I had put like most of my stuff away so that I wouldn't be at my locker, because you know, E1238, Amy's gonna be looking for that. So I grabbed all my stuff. I slammed my locker as hard as I could. Like, I was just, just looking over, glancing over to make sure that Amy wasn't, coming my way. And, like, I closed my locker, and I walked away with a sigh of relief yet again. I went to study club, and the rest of the day was fine. Except until tomorrow, and she starts talking to me about it, which is most likely going to happen. If it doesn't, I owe you all 1,000 subscribers, dollars, and whatever else I said. Happy Valentine's Day, friends! If you enjoyed the video, you could possibly leave a like, comment, and maybe even subscribe to my channel. I will see you all, hopefully next week, if I follow my upload schedule, which, by the way, is different now. I'll talk about that in a separate video. I love you all so much, and goodbye!